All right, the video is starting in less than no time. Please block your audios. What it's YouTube audio. All right, great. Rodrigue. I thought I admitted Rodrigue. Alex, please help me with these people that are coming in now. Let me see. Participants. Oh, Alex. Your co-host. Anyone who does not have their camera on, Alex, you know what to do. You're kicking them out of Zoom.
Okay.
There are too many people. Please, guys, are you guys here? Everyone, please go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Everyone, please, let's be faster. I see 40 people here. 40 people here logging today. Please go on YouTube very fast so that we can start going. It's easier, it's faster, it's better. It's already recording. We have to start. I see only 20. Alex, just be checking the numbers. Any number you don't see there, please just send them out. We don't have too much to do. Who is sharing?
It's Felix.
Okay, Felix, stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
What's happening, Felix?
Yeah, I've been having problem to connect with my server.
Who is logged into their server? Who is logged into their server? Who is logged into their server already? Hello, good people.
Just
Mine says incorrect login. Meanwhile, I've been using the same
Who is
password.
logged in? Ali, are you logged into your server? Ali, are you is it
My password
Yasin?
is not working.
What's happening? What's happening?
I haven't changed it.
Yes, I'm logging now.
Can you share your screen? Ali. Oh my God.
Yes.
All right, please, if you're unable to log into your server, please just type on the thing. Jocelyn is logged in. Jocelyn, share your screen. How did you log in? Who is this? Who is sharing?
Yassine.
How did you log in? What did you do?
Comme ce qu'on fait d'habitude, je peux pas,
En français.
Ok,
Okay,
donc,
here.
normalement, j'étais connecté en temps, ça a été déconnecté. J'ai vu que mon utilisateur avait été supprimé, donc j'ai dû me reconnecter avec DevOps et puis j'ai recréé l'utilisateur.
Okay. Yeah, escape good. What about Jocelyn? Jocelyn, what happened? How did you log in? Jocelyn, share your screen. Jocelyn, share your screen. Okay, great. All of you here, most of you, you're not able to log in. Now, it should have clicked in your mind already. You're learning to become someone that if you're not
I
able...
want to say something.
Yes, Ashley.
Yeah, I realized that since I can't log in, the only way for me to access my machine is to reboot the system and change the password.
Right. That's what you have to do. technically all of you, most of you have to do that. You need to understand that when you start working, that's what you will have to do. Nobody is going to tell you that. If you're unable to regain access to the system. Oh, thank you, Gaitan. Yes, YouTube becomes really, really easy. I can see those that are working. I can see what you're doing. We can talk easily. Okay, great. So you're working to be engineers. If you go to work and you can't gain access to the servers, what do you do? What do you do at that point? Most of you, I did that. I deleted your users. I changed the password for DevOps. There might be one or two people that ran away because they didn't have their network well configured. I changed the password for the user DevOps on all the servers, and I deleted every user that you created and all the pseudo privileges that you created, just to see if you come today and you're facing issues logging in, you will apply the knowledge that you've learned. There is no knowledge that is as good as the knowledge that you apply. I don't have to tell you to apply the knowledge. You have to apply your Linux to solve your issues. Someone is asking for the link. That's the link. Let me paste the link on Zoom for those who want the link. Please, Alex, just be doing that job for me. Anyone you don't see, you just kick out. Okay, now it's time for me to share my own screen. Oh, I should give you guys, remember, don't just reboot, but at times just do shutdown, power off and power on, because you might reboot and it skips the part where you have to change your root password before you get into your server. You don't change your root password, everything becomes difficult. Clemens, you don't have, do you have your own servers?
Yes, not yet.
Leon, you have your servers. Landry, you have your servers, right? I wanted someone to be helping me in the background in creating this.
Hey, I don't have my servers, I don't think. I've been using a VM software. I've been making
Okay.
VM servers.
What? If there's no rescue kernel, use the direct kernel. Ashley, use the direct. Use the Just use the direct one. Who else? Okay, guys, I give you 2 minutes to get your servers ready. If your server is already ready, please just type ready. Let me see how many people have your servers ready. Okay, Yasin is ready. All right, while others are, I want someone that has the VPN to help me create the servers for. Oh, Rodrick, why am I always submitting this, Rodrick? Hello, Phoenix. Hello, are you here?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
please, please share your screen and help me. Please, you help me on one thing. You have the VPN, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you help me create servers for these people. We'll just create 1 or 2, then you double it. You just clone them.
Okay.
It will be like a minute per server. Uh, Let me see. You can share your screen and help us a little
Yep.
bit.
Wait a second. Mm,
Alex, please stop sharing. Who is sharing now? Nobody, right?
all right, so I'm going to share my screen. Where is this?
Okay, it's
Share.
also
Mm,
okay. Oh, you're already in your server.
okay, but I have the
Oh, this is your server, right?
yes, I'm inside my server. Yeah.
Okay, share your screen, launch your console again, launch your web console again.
Again, okay.
I don't even know if I touch your server. Are you root? Are you root already?
Yes,
Do you
I
have root
can.
access?
Yes, I still have access.
Yeah, please go to your root. Go to your roots. Access your root. This thing. Your root user.
Mm,
Oh, thank you. Do NMTUI.
me?
NMTUI. Yep. Edit the connection. Yeah. Edit dot enter.
Edit.
Mesa Nuto.
Okay, where is
Go
that?
down manual where it says manual. Change that to
Oh yeah.
automatic.
Where do you change that to?
Automatic.
Automatic?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is someone sharing
Alright,
the screen because I cannot see it?
Yes, me too.
Me
Yeah,
too.
that's
I
fine.
cannot see anything.
That's fine. I'm the only one seeing it.
Okay.
Be changing your password back. Okay, go down to activate the connection and you activate it.
Activate the connection. This one.
Deactivate. Activate. Voila. Back. Okay. Go down. Okay. Do IPA. Or do NMCLI connection show.
CLI connection. Oops. Okay.
Okay. Why do you still have? I see 168 and 164.
But I think because I
Bring it
have it
down
in automatic.
and
Oh no.
listen. Bring it down and bring it back up.
Connection. Yes.
Okay. Do IPA again. Yeah, you have to actually go and delete your entry. I'm sorry. Do
Sorry.
NMTUI and delete your. Do NMCLI. Oh, no, that's fine. CD2 Etsy CD2/Etsy network manager /etc capital N. You have system
Manager.
connections. CD2 system connections. Okay, great. LL. Okay, VI to ENS 192. Okay, remove 84. Remove the line that says address. Yes.
Oh yeah. I remove the whole line or only the.
Just remove the whole line. Let me see.
Okay.
Remove the whole line. Great, save and quit. Okay, restart network manager.
Okay, so it's your systems. It's here.
Restart.
Wow.
Show me retard.
Restart network manager.
Okay, do IPA. IPA. Okay. Do NMCLI connection down, connection up. Call the command back. I mean, it was there.
Connection. Return.
Oh, that's good.
Log. Yeah.
Yeah. Then bring it up.
Connection.
Okay. IPA. We're good, right? Okay.
Yes.
We're good. All right. Shut down your server. Let's clone it together.
I mean, I can just power it, close it here, and then shut it down.
Yeah.
Here, shut down.
So they'll go a
Yes.
little bit faster.
Yeah.
Log out of your stuff. Log out of this Linux class
Oh,
because
okay.
you have to enter with with a user that has permissions to
Okay. So
log
log
out.
out.
Mhm. Okay, enter with administrator at vsphere.local.
At what?
vsphere.
If is dot local.
Password. I don't know if. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, great. You're now as administrator. Right here. You see, I created a new group. I created a new group here. If you go inside here, nobody should touch a server inside till he's done. A new group here, group 6. So what you do is just go, let me give your screen back. Go on your server. Go on your server. You can clone,
Mine
right? You know how to clone, right? Your server should be in one of the groups.
group 3.
Yeah.
No, group 4. Maybe. Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, right click,
Forward. Voice clone.
clone, up, 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 up. After
Ah, yeah.
migrate, yeah,
This one.
clone to VM. Yeah. Clone
Clone
to
to virtual
virtual
machine.
Maintenant, fais le drop down. Tu cherches d'abord le groupe. Do drop
Uh,
down. Okay. Right.
this
Yeah.
drop it down.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Ansible. Yeah.
Yeah. Group 6. Click to group 6. Click Sema. Yep. You go up and write the name of the server. Free one. The other one
Oh,
should be free two.
okay.
Next.
So,
Next. Just choose any of them. That's fine. The second
okay.
one, always choose the second one. Let me
Okay.
see. Yeah. Yeah. The second data store. Yep. Next. Next. That's it.
Is it?
Finish. Yeah. And okay, you can see once it goes to 100%, you can now clone free one to free two. I mean, allow your server if you like. If free one clones and finish, you can clone that.
Okay, I can clone
So,
on. Okay, yeah.
so you can clone multiple at the same time. Clone like 5 different ones. Once one finish, you can clone 2. You can clone Phoenix again. Once Phoenix is going, now you clone again free one. You understand, right?
Okay, so while this is going, for example, I can come here and clone again.
No, it will not go
No?
now.
No?
Yeah, because it's going. But
Okay.
once free one finish, you can clone
Yes.
Phoenix. Once Phoenix is going, you clone free one, which is free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yes.
see. I see.
Clone like 5 servers in them.
5 for the group 6. Okay.
Yeah, for the group 6, clone like 5 new servers.
All right.
All right, stop sharing. Let me share my screen. Okay. Koli, say, where do I go to reboot my server? Okay. You don't see power off, Koli. Hmm?
I powered up my system and I tried to log in. It's still not working.
The problem is you need to change the password. If you can't change the password, you can't get in.
Okay.
You need to break the root password. We have done that, right? Landry, you can break the root password. Can you?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Leon? Oh, we still have to work on it. Hello? Leon?
I'm here. You said root recovery password?
Yes.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. All right, great. So today we'll be introducing, please everyone, stop what you're doing. If you're trying to break your root password, stop. I can see 23 people on live. Alex on YouTube. Alex, please help me just kick people out. I am pleading with you, please.
Mr.
Anyone that
Shiftek,
does
are you
not have
sharing
their
your
number.
screen?
Oh, I'm sharing. Let me share it right now. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Let me see. Let me share my screen. From this class is a class from here, things become really, really interesting because actually we will start from today using Linux. Like what we actually do with Linux. You've learned the basics of Linux, how to create files and directories, how to create users, how to modify those users. You've learned how to equally see processes, read server processes, change process priorities, kill processes, and renice processes. Alex, you can just ask them a question for anyone to write their number. They just write their numbers. The person that you don't see, you just take them out. Oh, they should write it in numbers. Yes. Okay.
Of the record. The record.
It's already recording on live. It's already recording on YouTube. So once we finish, it will be there. Let me see. 432. It might be this one. Okay, great. So I said we have done a lot. We've seen a lot. Now today, I will introduce you guys to a new topic, which is called first we'll deal with mounts. Then from mounts, we'll do repositories. And from repositories, if we have time, we'll have to do SSH keys. So it's going fast now. Mount. What is mount? Can someone tell me what mount is? What is mount? When you see the word mount, what does it mean to you?
Do we just answer? Do we raise our hand?
You answer on YouTube.
Oh, you answer on YouTube.
Answer on YouTube.
Okay.
Because you have to be getting your fingers, you have to be doing a lot of skills at the same time. Typing out your Linux stuffs and all the like. Okay, mount, someone says mount mean, Nelly says mount mean to create. That's good. Nelly says mount mean to create. Order. Yes, Felix, mount means to use another reader to create. Okay, I like that answer. Yes. Okay, Gaitan gives me the best answer now, to attach. All right, guys, throw me your answers, please. Let's go. Throw me your answers. Hello, throw me your answers. Great. You see, I used to see to add. Great. I used to see these movies. Let me see. Where's my whiteboard? Okay. Great. So I was saying I used to see these movies, space movies. I used to see these movies, space movies, and someone said to allocate memory. And what will happen is a spaceship especially the space station. A spaceship will have somewhere that it comes and maybe connect, right? Maybe extraterrestrial movies. Each spaceship will be connected to something, right? Will be connected to something. Maybe this is spaceship 1, 2, 3. This is 3. This is 4 and 5. You guys, you've seen this. You're all familiar to this, right? When they want to go, what do? They just detach and fly away, right? When they come back, they land here. Well, in Linux, it's the same concept. And in real life, this happens in real life in a lot of stuffs. When you are coming into a parking lot, right? What do? You come and park your car. When you're coming into a parking lot, what do? You come and park your car on that parking lot. When you're going, you detach yourself and boom, you're gone, right? The same concept. This is the Linux tree. The reason why they say Linux is very good, it's because Linux create a file system. It's a structural. It creates Linux has like a structural kind of file system. When they say the file system is structural, right? It's kind of a tree. Let's call this the slash, which is the root, right? Every other directory is right here. It's mounted. Let's say this is slash home. This is slash home slash dev slash. So these are all file systems that are mounted. The reason why, so I think you're not sharing on YouTube. Huh? Am I?
Yes, sir, you are sharing.
I'm sharing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Great. There is a delay, so you watch on Zoom, but at least you write your answers. There are no delays on the answers, on the comments. There are no delays. There's just a delay on the video. All right. So what I'm saying is, you see, when I do okay, when I do cd slash here, I'm going to the base, the root file system right here, and I do ls-l. You can see all these files. This is kind of a tree-like thing. There is a special directory here that is called slash mnt, which stands for kind of, if you already look at this, it stands for mount. Well, you see, Linux is so good that this slash mmt is actually mounted to the system, but just temporarily. It's mounted to the system temporarily. Now, Linux has this structure. Any new thing that you bring in, for example, a USB key or a CD, either a CD or a USB key that you bring into the system, anything, either a CD or a USB key, Linux does not put it in the system. It keeps it afloat, floating in the air. Let's just say it keeps it right here floating. Hey, and it asks you in slash dev, it creates a special file and barricade it there. You can see it under slash dev. You can see it, but it is not part of the system. Okay, the system is shielded from anything. If you've heard people say it's very difficult to add a virus on Linux, it's difficult because even if you install a USB key on a Linux system, there's no way that USB key is attached on the Linux file system. It stays out of the file system. It just stays out. You have to actually bring it in yourself. It's not like you connect something and you just do an auto run and start running stuff. No, doesn't act like that. You have to actually mount it. Mounting means what? Someone said attach. You have to actually attach that CD to, or attach that USB key to a temporal directory. I mean, you can attach direct, but you have to actually attach it to this temporal directory, to a temporal tree. Hey, I have attached you to the temporal tree. Now you create a link, a bridge, where you can transfer all the data now by attaching it to this MMT. Now from this MMT, what I can do is I can create a different directory, right? I can create a different directory on the file system tree. This is the file system tree. I can create a different directory, maybe, and call it /house, right? And I copy now my packages from /MMT down to /house. So if you want a recap of this, how did we start? This is your Linux system. One, I want to like install, or I want to use a USB. My pictures are on a USB. The first thing I do is I connect my USB behind the computer. I have my USB right here connected. Then I have to mount it. I have to attach, right? Remember, you bring it in, you have to attach. Once I attach, I can now see it under /MMT. I can now see the packages. I can now see whatever thing is inside. Once it's here, what I can do is I can bring it down. I can create now a directory and copy. I cannot copy directory directly from here because this is not part of, it keeps it like away from this file system, away from this tree-like architecture. You have to actually include it on this tree-like architecture for you to be able to access and copy the files and directories. Is that understood? Okay, yes, I can see. Leon, I don't see you on YouTube. Jean said no.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on both.
Okay. Yeah. Jean said no. Let me explain again. Okay. Let me explain again one more time. You see, Linux, Feli Devin, who is saying inside MNT? What do you mean? Explain what you mean by inside MNT. Okay. So this, let me use an example. Now, let me explain with an example. You see, the CD that I shared with you people to create the Red Hat 9 CD that I shared with you people to create your repositories or to build your servers actually has more than, it has a portion called what? Let's say this is the CD. It has this portion called so the CD I gave you is divided into two, right? There are two directories inside that CD. Let me just say there are two directories inside that CD that I gave you. The RHEL 9 CD that I gave you, RHEL 9, right? The RHEL 9 CD you have has two, the ISO image. Feli, I'll explain more and you understand better, okay? Yes. Well, let me say yes. You give the name. You give the name. But I'll explain more and you understand better. So the USB that you have has two packages, which one of them we call it, right? It has two group of packages, two directories that it stores its packages inside. Like these are two directories, 1, 2. It also has two directories. The first one is called, the first one of those directories inside is called base OS. Base OS. These are packages that you use to build your system. You actually use this base OS to build your system when you're doing your installation. The only packages that your server uses all come from this base OS, as you can see from the name, base operating system, right? Then there are other packages, additional packages called upstream, like App Store, upstream. It's the same thing with your phone. When you buy your phone, when I buy my phone, all our phones come with what? whether it's iPhone or whether you have an iPhone or you have an Android. All iPhone 16s come the same, except you ordered a pre-configured version. They come with the same base OS. It's the same concept, the same base OS, right? It comes with the same base OS. That means if you take a new iPhone or a new Samsung Galaxy phone and another one from another store, they will be identical. They will be identical. Now, if you build your server and I build my server, our servers will be exactly identical with the number of programs that are inside our server, except otherwise our builds were customized. But we will have the exact same number of packages. Now, there's something called an app store or a Play Store where other packages, additional packages are found there. When you want them, what do you do? When you want additional packages, what do you do, guys? Tell me.
You
This is
install them.
right. And where do they come from? You're installing them. Where are they coming from, those packages? Your phone is going and getting them on a repository, what you call a repository. Repository. Play Store. This is Play Store. This is Upstream. Oh, no, not Upstream. Let me just say I don't use iPhones. How do you call this in iPhone?
Store. App Store.
App Store. Thank you. App Store. Great. So when an iPhone needs packages, it goes out, collect the package, and come back and install it. When an Android needs packages, it goes out, collect it from the repository, and come back. A repository hosts how many, guys, in App Store, there are how many programs? Can you tell me? Are there more programs in App Store than there is in your phone? Actually, locally.
Yes.
Great. It's the same concept. So the base OS part is very small. The base OS part might contain only 1,000 packages. But what is good with Linux is that the Linux operating system, they ship the CD to you with a base OS and a lot of packages that are included in it, but you don't need it. You need it only if you want to. There are more than 4,000 of them that are included, but only 1,000 packages are used. What do I mean by only 1,000 packages are used? Let me ask you that root. I hope I still know the root password. Clear. Yum repo list -v. Let me see if I have packages here. Great. I have 7,000 packages here on this server. I mean, there are so many of them, but let me see. Let me just try to check base or okay. You see, who sees this name Upstream? You see this name Upstream? How many packages are there on Upstream? 5,842 packages. Can you see this? Base OS. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Base repository has how many packages? 1,164. Every new server that you build will have these packages. The reason why I have these packages here, some of you have tried doing yum install. It tells you you are not registered on this. Who has tried that? You're not registered to Red Hat. You cannot download these packages. Great, a lot of you have tried that and you cannot install anything. Am I right? It's difficult for you to install anything at home from the server that you did build. Great. So now, why did we start by teaching using like the mount command? And now I'm using this to explain. Okay, let's say right now, I cannot see Upstream. Right now, I was using this CD to do an explanation of mount. Let me wipe repository and let's rewind back a little bit and go back to mounting. You see, Now, let's say I have a CD, which is my ISO image. Guys, let me see. Let me go to my downloads. Nope. Oracle. All right, let me go to Oracle VirtualBox here. You all know this. It's not like you don't know this. You know this. Well, let me go to my document server and go to settings right here and go to let me see system. Let me see. That should be at let me see. This is the name of the server. This is the optical drive. Okay. Let me see. This is adapter storage. Okay. System optical. Let me see. This is boot stuff. I'm trying to advance. No, this is a snapshot. Okay, 1, 2, right here.
What you looking for?
Yes, I am looking for my CD right here. I'm looking for my CD. Let me see. Controller ID Saturdays. No, this is the location for. Oh,
You mean your ISO?
adapter. Yes, I'm looking for my
Go back to
ISO.
storage, and at the right side of it,
Storage.
like yeah, could go to the right. Yeah, that thing. The little disc. Yeah.
Let me see. Choose. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long. I haven't used this thing. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys my image right here. So this is like a CD drive, a DVD drive. Thank you very much, Leon. This is like a DVD drive right here. And if you've not been using VMware, please also download VMware. VMware. Let's see. VMware Workstation. If you've not been using this one too, please download it. VMware Workstation. This one, you download it too. It's very important. You can use it also to build servers as VirtualBox. I had scrapped this. All right, so right here, I went on storage. Leon took us to storage, and let me see. This is the CD right here that we are using. This is my ISO image or CD right here. So you see, if I want to load this CD into my document server right now, right? For example, I want to load it into my document server. Remember our explanation. We have a CD. Let's say we have a CD right here, and we want to load it to our system. Or someone just told me, hey, I have given you a CD with some videos and pictures. Please open it on a Linux system and let's watch it. Right? Now, what I need to do is I need to insert it into the system or to the CD drive of the system. This is the CD drive or the DVD, the system. So I go in here and I actually do a drop down right here. Then I choose my image. Now you can see that it has included my image right here. And I just do okay, that's all. I've do okay, then I power up my server. At this stage, we have included our CD, telling our virtual machine that we have our virtual machine is booting right now. Let's give it some time. Nope.
I know what you gotta do. You gotta change the boot the boot order.
Yeah.
Put the hard drive first when you go back to your settings.
One moment, let me see.
Yeah, shut that one down. And then go back to your settings again, open that up. And then go to, yeah, put hard disk at the top. Just click and drag, yep, to the top.
And
Yeah.
okay, let's
And
get
now it should start.
all
It
right.
sh-
This might do same for some of you, right? This might do same for some of you. Remember to always have, if your system is already installed, always have your hard disk first
Mhm.
on the system. Always have your hard disk first, because if you don't have your hard disk first and you connect your DVD again, it will boot and try to like reinstall everything from afresh. Okay. Okay. So right now, let me do, okay, that's that, and reboot again. Let's see. Oh, Herman was there things. Sorry, Herman. I'm just saying you in.
Sir, sir, please.
Please write on YouTube. Who is that?
Alex,
Oh, Alex. Yeah, what's the problem, Alex?
can I speak in French?
Yes,
Or,
yes, yes, yes.
il faut juste rappeler à certains que parfois l'ISO est déjà parfois monté dans le système en fait, quand on a installé l'OS en fait.
Oui, 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 oui.
Donc, si on tape LSBLK, on va voir la capacité
De l'ISO.
de la partition SR0. Donc, parfois, on peut déjà monter. Ça, c'est une autre façon de monter aussi l'ISO, quoi. Bon, les packages.
Thank you very much, Alex.
OK.
So now our system is booted right here, right? Our system is booted. Let me see, IPA. All right, this is 192.115. Do I have it here? 192.168.0.115. Yeah, I have it here. Ah, wow. NTUI, yeah. Okay, let me see. Ah, yeah, I'm on VPN. Let me see. All right, that's fine. Great. So, I don't want to disconnect from my other VPN. So, right here, if I do LSBLK, list block devices, LSBLK right here, LSBLK right here, you can see that SR0. Oh, let me increase the size of this thing. Write control. Is write control what? H? Oh boy, it rebooted the server. All right, that's fine. Let me see, LSBLK. All right, some of you here can see the same thing that I was trying to explain. Let me reboot this. Why? You can see right here, when I was explaining something, I was telling you that, remember, when you mount something, the file system is mounted, but when you mount something, when you bring something into the system, it isolates it. You can actually see here that this one, they are all linked together. Can you see this link? There's a line right here that you can see linking all these things, right? In the file system. There's a line that is linking actually everything you see here. Am I right? Hello? Can you guys see this? Linking all this?
Yes.
Now ask yourself a question. Why is this one not linked to this one? Or
You
why
gotta
is it
mute
not
it.
linked? Because it's something different. It is actually different. Let's say it's keeping it out of the file system, what we call a file system. It's keeping it out of this file system. Okay, it's keeping it right here out of the file system. Yes, someone said it was added later on. Thank you, Mimi. It's keeping it out of the file system. Now you can see the space is only 1 megabyte. It's just telling you that there's nothing there actually. There's nothing there connected. You can see the size, 1 megabyte. But I can load my CD. I can load my CD right here. We'll do that. So if you see the one that is actually loaded, like this one, LSBLK. Great. You see the size? The size is 9.8 gigabyte. Let me see. The size is 9.8 gigabyte, as you can see it right here, 9.8 gigabyte. But right here, it's 0 because nothing is mounted. The CD is not mounted right here, but the CD is actually mounted right here, right? And I see that the size is 9.8 gigabyte. Great. So I was explaining what mount is, and we said when you mount something, you attach it to the file system. Now we've seen right here that we brought in our CD, we connected our CD, we inserted our CD. It's not yet mounted on the file system. The file system is keeping this separate. You and I need now to mount it to /MMT. That's what mount is. Is that understood? Okay, great. It's clearer now, right? We've added a CD to our system. It's showing, we can see it. But does it mean that we can see what is inside that CD? Let me CD to /dev SR0 /dev LL. So let me VI to SR0. You see, it's now, see, there's nothing inside. There's nothing I can do because it's not mounted. It's outside. The system is keeping it out. LS SR0. If I do LS-L -LTH and you can see the different systems right here, and you can see even the space. You can see the space also and all the like. But let me H there. You can see everything on the file, but you can see it's keeping it like some kind of files that you cannot even decrypt it. You're unable to decrypt it. Okay, you're unable to decrypt these files under /dev. Now, I told you there are 2 directories in here. Can we see it? ls-l ls sr everything. Okay, there's one SR0 right here. We can see SR0, but this is just one kind of file, a yellow file, and there's nothing else I can do with this. I can even VI into it, SR0. I can VI into it. There's nothing inside. Nothing. Let me CD to it, CD to SR0. No such file or directory, but that's my present working directory. It's where I am. As you can see, this is the file. I'm doing this just to solidify your knowledge, to tell you that it's keeping it out. Okay. Now, that's all about mounting. For me to make this accessible now to the server, I need to mount it. I need to mount it to create that bridge connection between this and this. So how do I do that? Remember, we said there is a directory called /MMT that things can be mounted on it. So where is the file? PWD. Can you guys tell me where that file SR0 is? Can you guys tell me? I want to see answers popping up. I want to see answers open up. No, that's not right, Arthur. Where is my present work? Where is this file? Someone says /root. Jesus Christ. Can you guys type? Where is the file? You guys should give me the absolute path. Give me the absolute path of the file. Don't give me the directory. Thank you, Landry. Thank you, Landry. Great, I love that. /dev/sr0. That's the absolute path of the file. Jocelyn, that is a directory. The absolute path of the file. /dev, no, not /root, Philly. That's wrong. /root dev, good, Jean, /dev/sr0. Great, Kumi, I like that. Nelly, I haven't seen an answer from you. Leon, I haven't seen an answer from you. Great, /dev/sr0. So now, if we use the mount command that we've been saying, let's mount this to this. Now, let's mount /dev/sr0, which is something that we want to see what is inside, right? And mind you, /mnt is temporal. What do I mean by temporal? If you put anything inside and you reboot the server, you will not see that thing again. It's gone. So I'll mount /dev/sr0 to /mnt. You see, it says warning, source, write protected, mounted read only. What does this mean? What does read only means in Linux? You guys have done permissions. Read only permission. Hello? Can I see your answers popping? Cannot write. Cannot write, yes. Great. So this directory is a read-only directory. It mounted the packages in such a way that here, that means you can actually only read, because if you can't write, that means you can't create. That's kind of a protection mechanism to protect the file system, that if it was a virus that you brought in here, from here, it will not spread. At least you detect it at this level before you can actually do anything to it, right? Yes, great. So you're still safe. Now, since we were unable to see what was inside here, and now you and I have created a breach. We've created a breach by mounting it. We've created a breach by mounting it to what? /mmt. In other words, we've brought it over to /mmt. Now let's cd to /mmt. Since we mounted it, we attached it to /mmt. Let's go now to cd to /mmt and see what is inside. And do ls. Can you see what's inside now? ll. Can you see? We can see the contents of everything. You see, now I can see base OS. I can see upstream. Was I able to see all this before? All this information before? No. Now I can see this information. Now I have mounted something and I can see this information that is on my CD that we started with the help of Landry doing what? Settings, doing what? Connecting it on our system right here. And after we connected it on our system, we were in a storage, yes. After we connected it, we could see it here. Then inside the system, we can actually see it. We could see the file, but it doesn't mean we could access the contents of the file. Now we've mounted it to read-only, right? To a read-only directory, ls-ld/mnt. Right. So it's only the root user that has access to what? Right. In this mnt directory, so that you can actually copy things from it, else nobody will even be able to. Anything that you connect, if you have 2 or 3 USBs connected, you do LSVL key, you see it here. If I connect a new CD, a different CD, it will become SR1. Do I even have another CD? Let me see. I might have to add to actually connect, but that's fine. Oh, let me not destroy your knowledge with this. Let's first do 1, then we can connect 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll use vCenter to demonstrate that failing. Okay, so now you and I can see we've mounted something and we can actually see it right here. And that's all about mounting. If I want to unmount it, I'll do a U-mount. Someone said my server is so small that they can't see. Let me try to increase the size then. Where's my virtual balls? Oh. This one is control what? Control R or something? No. Host key plus C. I think, is it C? Okay, yeah, it's host key plus C. View screen. Let me make it 200. Is it better now? Is the screen better now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I can't see anything again. All right, clear. If I do LSBLK again, you can see that my thing is here. Now, remember, it wasn't mounted before. Now it's mounted to /MMT. If I do df-ht right here, you can see that /dev/SR0 is mounted to /MMT. Now, let's say this was a virus and I'm like, oh, no, I wasn't supposed to do this, right? I wasn't supposed to mount. What do I do at this level? Since it's mounted on what? /MMT, I just do umount. Umount on mount /MMT. It's busy. Can someone tell me the reason why it's busy? Type. I tried to unmount it. It told me that it's busy. Hello, guys. Can you tell me? Okay, Ashley tried and said because the file is not empty. Good try. Yes. Ooh, Landry, thank you. Thank you, because we are in the directory. You see, you cannot stand inside a bucket and try to carry that bucket at the same time. Have you ever tried that? Like when we were young, we tried that. Trying to stand inside a bucket and carry that bucket at the same time. Will it go? No. You can stand inside a bucket or on a piece of cloth. Then you try to carry that piece of cloth or carry a bucket that you are inside. What's my present working location? What's my present working location? Guys, let me see it popping. Let me see it popping, guys. This thing is practical. You guys should start typing. Jocelyn, that's not correct. Thank you. /MMT. You have to look. PWD. You don't know. She says, please, can you do PWD for me? Don't guess. Don't do guesswork. It's better you ask. Great. So now I am in that very directory. How can I unmount something that I am inside? It can't go. You can't stand inside a bucket and you try to carry that bucket at the same time, right? So I go out of the bucket. I CD. What's my present working directory now? What's my present working directory now? Great. Thank you, Archie. Archie, that's wrong. Thank you, Komi. Thank you, Komi. That's good. That's good. You guys have eyes. I like that. You need to look, everyone. How am I looking for? Leon, please, can you say something so I know which user you're using on YouTube? It's Big Leon. Okay, I see it. Great. So you see, guys, watch on YouTube. on Zoom. Don't watch on YouTube. You just go on YouTube to type so that we can do a knowledge validation. Okay, so we are in slash root now. If I do pwd, and what's slash root? What is this directory slash root? There's root and there's slash root. There's the root file system and there's slash root. What is this directory slash root? Someone says super user. Oh, slash root is super user. Wow, I didn't know that. Yes, Big Leon, home directory, but whose home directory is Big Leon? Great, the home directory of the root user. Thank you, Leon. That's the home directory of the root user, right? So if I do pwd, I'm in slash root right now. Am I still in MNT? No, I'm not inside. So I can do an unmount. You mount this. It's gone. If I do a df-ht again, my command came out clean. Let me clear my screen. Now I have to be clearing my screen to do stuff. df-ht, it's not more mounted. Do you see? It's not more mounted. It was here when I did df-ht. Now lsblk, everything that is here, most of them, you see them mounted slash boot. This one is mounted to slash sr0 here. Is it mounted to anything? No. Let me clear my screen. Now let's mount it again. Mount. Now let's cd to slash mmt and see if there's anything inside. List. There's nothing inside slash mmt. It's empty. It's an empty directory. Let me cd back and clear my screen. And I do an lsblk. You see, it's not mounted. Now let me mount what? Slash dev slash sr0 to slash mnt. It has mounted it read writable. Now let's call our lsblk again. I've not typed a command, I just called it back. Who can tell me the difference between sr0s? Look at my screen and tell me if you see a difference. And what is the difference? Type a complete sentence if you see a difference. Type a complete sentence. If you see a difference, type a complete sentence. Nope, I want a complete sentence. Complete sentence. I don't like that answer, Archie. Okay, I'm seeing answers. I'm looking for the best answer. Okay. Great. Now we have a mount point. Not before. It wasn't a mount point. Okay. Let's say before it wasn't a mount point. Now we can see that slash dev slash sr0 has been mounted to slash mnt. Slash dev slash sr0 has been mounted to slash mnt, which means that now I have access to slash dev slash sr0 if I cd to slash mmt. So if I cd to slash mnt right here and I do ls, now I have access to my packages. Clear. Well, what are all these packages that I do have access to? That will take us to our next topic. I have been able to mount. What have I mounted? What are all these packages? Why did I even mount this CD? Good question. Can someone tell me why I mounted this CD? Why did I mount this CD? All right. Great. I've seen your answers. To install packages, great. Thank you, Francois. To use two different ISO images in one server. Is that why we mounted? To make the CD available to use. Great, great, great. I like that answer also. Execute files from the CD. Great. Okay. Now you see, this brings us to a new topic called repository. What is a repository? Good question. This brings us to a new topic called what? Repository. But well, what is a repository? What is a repository? Repository. What is a repository? A place where to store content. Great. Where a software package is located. Great. It is a storage. Great. It is a reservoir for extra packages. I like that answer. The store. Yes. Good. Packages location. Great, Kumi. A place in the system to store files and other repositories. Great. Repository does not only store packages. Is that what you're saying, Jocelyn? Great. All right. So you see, now in this system right here, if I see this with /etc yum.repos.d, let me vi to this is a Rocky server. Okay, cat rocky.repo. Well, rocky.repo. You see, you can see HTTPS, this, HTTPS, this. Now, if I copy this and I post it on, if I copy this and I send it right here, I copied it from in here, menu, and I post it here. Do you see? Can you guys see this? Where did I copy it? I copy it from within my this, and I can see packages. This is the same thing like your phone, but this is now what? You being responsible for doing it. You're now learning how your phone actually works, how your phone actually goes to App Store, how your phone knows where to go to get packages when you just click on your App Store application. That's what you're learning. What are packages? What is a repository and what are packages? A repository is a store, as you've said it. I will not even stay explaining that one too much. It is a store where packages are stored. You see, it's a store where packages are stored. But the problem is with Red Hat Linux, if we log into any Red Hat copy, let me see who has a server here. This is community server, right? I think. Let me see who has a server here. 47. Let me see if 47 has a server. Okay, great. This is whose server? Oh, I don't even know it. That's fine. You see, let me go to great. cd2/hc yum.repos.d. There's nothing inside. Okay, great. There's something inside. If I cut redhat.repo, you see, there are no packages in here. When I cut redhat.repo, there are no packages in here. That's why I am unable to install. If I want to install, if I say yum install Apache or HTTPD, let me just say Nginx, it will say, hey, This system is not registered with an entitlement server. You can use subscribe on manager to register, subscription manager to register. Great. Have you ever tried to use the Play Store for those people that use Samsung stuffs? Have you tried to use Play Store without having a Gmail? Have you tried that?
No, I never did.
It ain't gonna work.
Great. It will not work. Can you use App Store without authenticating? It does not work. You cannot use App Store without authenticating, right? You must authenticate before you go to App Store to download packages to your phone. Am I right? Great. It's the same thing with the system. This system is telling you that this system is not registered to anyone. So remember in the beginning, I told you Linux is free. But you see, Red Hat is very, very cunning. What they did is they say you're paying for support, right? You are paying for support. You have to pay for support. The system itself is free. That's why they post it out. They post it out for other people to like benefit from it. If you are, the source code is out. That's why Rocky exists. That's why CentOS exists, because Red Hat is obligated to post what? The source code, and people take that source code and modify it to fix theirs. So you pay for subscription for what? Just support. Now, since we said a repository is what? Packages, a place where we store our packages. Some of us who grew like if you grew in some countries, or if you've gone to somewhere, see farms and all the like, people have their banks or warehouse. A warehouse, even in the United States, there is a warehouse where you store everything and just have a few stuffs in the store, right? It's like this system is having a few stuffs working and everything else is in the warehouse. Great. So a repository is a bank, right? So when you build your system, when you build your server, maybe you call it server A. You just built this server called server A. What's happening is, what happens when you want to use that server for a particular purpose? Well, that's where other packages come in. Maybe you need WhatsApp. Does Apple ship a phone with WhatsApp? No. When you need WhatsApp, what do? You go out, you collect WhatsApp, come back, you install. Are you guys following? Great. So now, since our system, we did ship our system with what? Packages, upstream and base OS, but we use actually only base OS to build our system. So that means our system still contains like 5,000 packages that are not being used by anything, right? 5,000 packages that are not being used by anything at all. So why don't we mount that package? Why don't we mount this CD and extract these packages and use? Because now, if I want to go to Red Hat, if I want to install anything, my server will go to Red Hat. Sorry, I deleted the drawing. My server will go to Red Hat and say, hey, Red Hat, please give me packages. Red Hat will say, oops, I don't know you. You have no subscription. You've not subscribed to anything, so kick you back. Your system will come back and tell you, hey, Red Hat said, I am not registered. If your father did miss your school fees someday, you go to school, what do? They kick you, you come back home and say, Dad, my fees, right? They drove me for this. Right, you went, your system actually goes and check. Red Hat says, no, I don't know you. Please, your system comes back and say, hey, I am not registered. Please, you have to register me to be able to use me. So a repository is actually a place where you keep your packages. And with Red Hat Linux, you have to actually subscribe to what? to Red Hat to be able to use the packages. But because Linux is free, they are obliged to send out all the packages that they use in building that system, that they included in that build called Red Hat Linux 9, Red Hat Linux 7, or this. Now, you and I, they are obliged to do that because Linux was made free and registered under a free license. So they have to provide it. That's why they provide everything on the CD and say, yes, this is everything. You and I now can say, oh, since you provided everything on the CD, I am going out. How am I going out? It's because I have a base URL here pointing to what? An HTTP. This going out to go fetch the packages. Well, why not, as you and I are engineers, why don't we, instead of going out, point our server, create our own repository in our system and point our server to go there and take our packages. When you want to install something, it goes to our own what? Little repository, our own local repository that we created within our server and take our packages and install. Right. Why don't we do that? What's stopping us from doing this? Nothing. Since someone already gave us the whole CD, why should I go here? Going out and facing more risk. I have to go out to the internet with risk, catching viruses, all those stuffs. Why don't I, if I already have the CD, why don't I just create a place in my server and use that instead? Are you guys following? So now you can see this format here. Now let's go to our system. Since we've mounted, well, you have the knowledge already. Now let's create our own directory and point our server to that directory. You see, since I have mounted my packages to /mmt and I can see them now, I can create what we call a local repository. I can create what we call what? A local repo. Local repo. I can create what we call a local repository, which is just a repository that exists within the server, right? If this is my server right here, I create a repository in here. So it has nothing to do with the internet or nothing to do with the outside world. I just maintain my repository in here by not having by pointing my server to my repository file that is in the system. Now, since everything in Linux is either a file or a directory, the first thing that I will do is create a directory where I'll put those packages. One, I'll create a directory. I'll create a directory where I'll put those packages. Give me 1 second, let me see. I don't like using the screen too much. All right, this is too big. Can't even see a single thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is 168.0.15, okay? 192.168.0.115. All right. 192.168.115. Oh God, Jesus Christ. CMD. Let me just be doing this so some of you should be seeing 192.168.0.115. Okay. Now I have to disconnect from VPN and try. Let me see. Deactivate. Now you see here I can access it because I'm logged into VPN. Okay. After I'll get back to VPN. Okay, this is better. I don't want to use, it's the same server. You guys can see the document server is the same server. I just want to have it here because it's easier for me to demonstrate here. And I can increase the size also. Okay. So you and I said the first thing is to create a directory. Now let's make sure we're seeing our stuff. If I do cd2/mmt and do ls, we can see our packages. I do df-ht, I can see that /dev/sr0 is an ISO image and it's mounted to /mmt and it's 9.9 gigs. We can see that, right? That's what we mounted. First, we said, okay, now we want to create, what do we want to do? Our objective is to create a repository. Our objective is to create a repository, to create a place where we can store our own files. Please, at the end of the class, guys, remember me to talk about time, okay? Because I might forget before we go, please. Great. So we have a server right here called what? Document server. Document server. That's our server. Then in that server, you and I on the file system, that's on that server. What did we do? We brought up what? We did insert a DVD. Let me say this is the DVD. We inserted a DVD here. It showed on the system and we mounted it on /mmt. And now we will do ls. When we do ls, we can see the packages that are under /mmt. These are all the packages. Great. Since we say our objective is to create what? A repository in the system containing all the packages, both base OS and what? Both base OS and upstream. Now, we are at the step where we can see our packages. We said the first thing is to create our directory. You guys should give me a place. Yes, Komi, it's going to be secure, very secure. We are coming to that, Komi. You guys should give me a place to create the repo. Okay, someone said in /var. Okay. Well, let me say I want to create mine in /. Guys, give me. Nelly will decide. Okay, Phoenix says /up. Nelly, you decide. Where do you want us to keep it, Nelly? Where you will not forget when you go there, because you are the one who gave us this directory. Nelly said we should keep it under /var. So make directory /var/ let's call it what? Repo. Oh, Nelly, the name does not matter. Nelly _ repository. Great. Let's call it Nelly _ repository because Nelly said we should call it. Oh, someone said local repo. Okay, let's call it local repo. It doesn't matter what you call it. I can call it Francois. I can call it anything. All right. Every directory is special. Okay. Someone is saying var is a special directory. Yes, it is. But what makes a directory special, Brian? Good question. Brian said, why var? I mean, var is a directory where you keep a lot of things, cd2/var. There are so many things in here. You can see Kerberos here. You can see admin. You can see accounts, needs, preserve. There are a lot of stuffs under /var. Right. There's also even a /var opt. But Nelly said we should keep it under /var. ls-ld/var. Do you see any special permissions here? Great, great, Big Leon. I like that. I haven't seen, there are people that have not seen Pascal. I've not seen Pascal text a single thing. Neither have I seen Nabil. Nabil, I've not seen a single comment from you. Nabil, are you there?
Yeah, sir, I've been typing, but
No, type. Let me see. When I ask you, you type. All right, great. Okay. Now, we've created our directory. So make directory /var/ someone said local repo. Let's call it local_repo, since we don't do space bars in Linux. Local_repo. I've made that directory local repo. Great. I've made my directory. If I cd to /var local repo /var what is it? Local_repo, and I do pwd, you can see that my present working directory is /var local repo. I cd back just to tell you that there's nothing inside. I clear my screen. Well, I just made my directory. When you're watching the video, do not confuse. It's just making a directory. That's fine. The second step is, what do you think the second step should be after making my directory? If you know the objectives, then you know what the second step will be. Thank you, Brian. Connect both. Now, the reason why I created a directory, I have created a directory. Let's say I've created this directory called what? I've created this directory called what? Local repo /var. Local_repo. But for now, the directory is empty. Repo. What do I need to do? Good. Thank you, Landry. I have to copy my files from MMT. Now I transfer them because MMT is what? Temporal. If I reboot this server right now, there will be nothing inside /MMT. I'll have to remount again. Now I'll need to copy my packages from /MMT to what? To the one that is permanent. I've created a permanent one. I don't want to like do the one that's not permanent. This is temporal. Even if I mount here, it will work. If I do this one, it will work. But when I reboot my server, everything will be gone. So why not create a directory and take it inside and copy it inside? So if I cd to /MMT and I do ll, there are so many things inside. There's not only one directory. There are some files, there are keys and all the like, but some of them is out. Some of them will really be out of the scope of this study. So now what do I do here? I say copy -ar, preserve all permissions, copy arrow, copy directories also. Arrow stands for directory, preserve all the permissions. So copy -ar /var, I can put v for verbose, for show me as you're copying. Or if I don't put v, it will not show me. But let's put v just to see how the packages are going. Copy /MMT. Copy /MMT /**. What does asterisk stand for? Nelly only type. Nelly, what does asterisk stand for? Nabil type. Nelly said more files. Jocelyn, you and I, we have problems. Ashley, you and I, we will have problems. I said Nabil should type. Okay, it stands for all. That means I'm saying copy everything that's inside here. Copy everything that is inside here. Please send it where? Where should it send it? Where should it send it? You guys should type where we're sending it. Where are we sending it? Please type. Thank you. Thank you. Cuckoo, when you're typing, you guys should type the names as it is. Look at what Ashley did type. Local_repo. Someone said local. Wow. All right, we created the directory local_repo. So I'm copying it to /var. You guys are just crazy. Someone is just saying local_repo. Give me the absolute path. Thank you. So /var/local_repo. So that's where I am copying all this to. I put a slash here saying that copy all these things so they will all enter inside here from here going. They'll all enter inside here, okay? You can see it right here. Then when I press enter, look, you see it's copying all that information from /mmt and transferring it to what? In here. Both base OS and upstream. We might have to add 30 minutes to the time today. I'm sorry for some people. So it's copying all those packages, base OS and upstream. Let's give it time to copy the packages. Yes, it's because of the V. The V, c'est parce que j'ai mis V. C'est la raison pour laquelle c'est en train de copier tous les fichiers. Reason why it's copying everything because of the V. Showing you everything, sorry. A veut dire toutes les permissions que les fichiers avaient. Retient toutes ces permissions-là lorsque tu fais des copies et tout ça. All right, so it has copied. Now, always verify. I know I was copying packages to /var local repo. I cd to /var local_repo, and I do ll. I can see my packages. Wow, great. Our packages are here. That means if you and I do yum install packages now, it will not try to go out again. It will just install in the system, right? It will just use the packages in the system and install. Now let's try it. Yum install httpd. I'm still having the same problem. What do you think is happening? I am still having the same problem. It's still going out and coming back and telling me that there are no packages. I know I have copied the packages to /var local_repository. Normally, I was expecting that it should instead go here and take the package and install, but it is still going out and coming back. So what's the problem? Someone said because I use HTTPD. Is that really the reason? Someone said the package needs to be confirmed. Yes. Okay. Let's type now, guys. I see 28 people out of 40 people. Guys, send them out for us. Send them out for us. Those that are not participating, send them out. Good. Someone said I need to do a Yum update. Really? Someone said you are working on it. Thank you, Nelly. You tried though. We need to enable the packages. Okay. Let me ask you guys something. Your father knows a store. and sends you to go and buy something, you don't know that store, what will happen? What will you do? Type your answer. Let me see. If your father knows a store and sends you to that store to go buy something, or your friend tells you to go to a store and buy something, and you don't know that store, what will you ask? Great. You're sending the system to go get packages. The system knows only one place. What's the problem now? You need to tell the system where these packages are. You need to tell the system the location of these packages so the system can go there now and look for the packages and come down. You need to tell the system the path. Now, question. Where are packages? Where is the default place in the system? Where is, when I taught you Vim, when I taught you how to create files and directories, it was building up all onto this. Now, you might have asked yourself, why do I create a file? Now, you see the use of creating a directory today because we just did put what? A repository inside. You see the use of a file because we will have to create a file and edit that file to tell that file that, hey, the system, to tell the system that, please, use this. So there is a place in the system called, /etc/yum dot repos.r/repos.z. There's a place in the system that's called /etc/yum.repos.d. Now let's cd to /etc/yum.repos.d. cd to /etc/yum.repos.d and do ll. Do you see Red Hat.repo? This is where Red Hat keeps their own repo that is forcing the system that please go out. This is the file that this system is using, and it's telling the system that please go out and do this. Oh, so this is where they did put it. That means if I put mine here, the system will read this file and read also my own file, right? But if their own file finish with that .repo, when you go to Rome, do as the Roman do it also, right? Follow who know road. You guys have heard that before. If these people put theirs .repo, that means my own file should be .repo. Their name was Red Hat. That means I can put my own name and put .repo. It will work. In other words, we're saying that when you cd to /etc/yum.repo.d, whenever the system wants to, when you say yum install, what happens is the system goes into what? This is what happens with the system when you go to what? Yum install. When you say yum install a package, the system goes to what? The system goes to /etc/yum.repos.d and say, what file do you have that is ending in .repo? Give me all the files that end in .repo because I need to go there and check and see if I can see all the packages that they are asking. So it checks all those. The system comes here and check and say, okay, I see all these three, and you access all these three locations. Go to those three locations and say, hey, do you have packages? Hey, do you have packages? So it's going to Red Hat. It's coming here and it's pointing it to Red Hat. It's going to Red Hat and say, hey, do you have packages? Red Hat is saying, who are you? I don't know you. So you and I need to create our own file and say, hey, system, whenever you come to /etc/yum.repos.d to check, please go check this directory. I have some packages inside, which are divided into two, very important, what? Base OS and upstream. That is the majority of the packages. Now, let's create our own file. VI2, I can call it Nelly. I can call it what? Jifferi. I can call it Jiftech. I can call it anything that I want. I can call it Leon. I can call it anything that I want. A VI into what? Let's call it, I can call it blue. I can call it green. I can call it, but it should finish with .repo. Let's just call it custom. because it's our own custom. Let's just call him. Okay, someone said 6 figures. Okay, I like that. That's that's humor though. 6 figures. 6 figures. 6 figures dot repo. Okay, let's call it 6 figures dot repo. Great. Okay. Right. Inside here. All right. Inside here. First, as a normal human being, you guys know this thing, everything is repetitive in life. You know, when you're creating something in a system, anywhere, even you, when you give birth to a new child, right? What do? You have to do an ID for that person. There's always an ID that identifies that thing, an unique identification number. Let's go. How do you represent an ID inside here? Insert ID. Real? Have you ever seen a space in your ID? No, I've never seen a space in my ID. If I write this and space this, I'll have an error. You've never seen a space in your ID card also. It's not a label, it's an ID, okay? We call it an ID, an identification number, and that identifies that repository. It's what shows the uniqueness of that repository. We call it a repo ID. So we call this what? Let's just call this base OS1. This is the repository, the unique identification number of our base OS packages. We call it base OS1. Let me just call it. You can call it anything. I can call it my name. I can call it GIFTech1, but there should be no space. Name. Well, have you ever seen spaces in your name? Yes, I have spaces on mine. That means here you can have names with spaces. I can call it base OS repository that I created. You can write even a whole sentence. It doesn't matter. It's a name. It can have you can just call it, well, you can call it base OS repository. Oh, someone said 6 figures. Base OS 6 figures. All right, that's just for you guys to have the understanding. Base OS right here. I can call it that. The most important thing is what? The URL. This is the most important thing. The URL, the location of our repository. Where did we keep our repository? Since it's not an HTTP location, I'll do file to say my repository is a file. If it wasn't a file, I'll do HTTPS HTTP 2.// right? Since it's a file, let me just do file right here. Where is our repository? Can you guys tell us where we created our repository? Where did we copy our packages? Where's our repository? Please, guys, type. Okay, someone says /var local repo. Note, nobody should ask me why are there 3 slashes. HTTP 2.// file 2.// then /var/local_repo. That's it. That's my location. My location is /var local_repo. But I have like file 2.// just like HTTP 2.//. Now enabled. Now enabled equals to, you know, in technology, if you don't know it yet, some of you know that in IT, 0 means what? No. And 1 means what? Yes.
Yeah.
0 means, again, false. False. And 1 means what? True. So enabled equals to 1 means, hey, this repository is enabled. This repository is on. I have turned on this repository. Consider this repository when you're doing your check. 1 means yes, enabled is true. GPG check. Again, every package is signed with a key. You can put 1. I can put 1. I can put 0. But if you put 1, the catch is if you put 1, then you will have to tell the system that this is the location of the key. GPG key, then you give the location of the key. Else it will say these packages are not trusted. So for now, let's just put 0. When you will be doing Red Hat certified engineer, you will have to put your repository to check your repository packages to make sure that they have not been compromised. GPG check equals to 0. Great, I'm done. Hey, who sees a problem here? If you see a problem here, please type. Let's go 30 seconds, 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no one sees a problem. Someone said repository is misspelled. Well, thank you, but that's not really the problem. Yeah, thank you. Repository. Great. A name can have a space, so it doesn't even matter. Even if there's a space here or not, it does not matter at this point, at this level. I can add a space or not. Okay, let's remove the space. Or someone said there's a space. Let's keep it clean. Okay, let's keep it clean. Well, oh shit. Oh my God, I'm cursing. Sorry, I see a problem. Well, since we are going forward, base OS, we need to actually specify. Duplicate. Let me duplicate tab. All right. Let me take these ones out. Okay, I've duplicated the tab. Let me make this one green. So this one is just like a checking thing to go check, so that we can go check and come back. All right. Oh man, we don't have this thing. Let me cd to /var local underscore repo and do ll. Right, since we said there were two different group of packages, base OS packages and upstream. Remember, if I cd to base OS and do ll, you see packages. If I cd to packages and do ll, you see so many packages. cd back, yes. Okay, clear my screen and do ll. I'm right here, base OS. So that's why I'm saying, hey, whenever you want any basic packages, please go to this location, base OS. There are packages inside. But you can see that we do not have upstream. So what do? We need to create the same thing, exact same thing for upstream. Else we've just connected only one. So remember now, if they have the same ID, can two people have the same ID? No. Let me call it apps. Apps 1. Additional packages, apps 1. I call it what? Let me just call it upstream. Upstream. It's capital S. Upstream, right? Upstream repository. Now the location for the upstream, it's not more base OS, but it's actually what? Upstream. I can just copy it here and paste it here. Capital A and capital S. Upstream, that's how it is. I've given the exact location. So this file now enabled is 1, GPG check is 0. I have now my 2 repositories right here, and I save. Now, how do I either use DNF? On RHEL now we use DNF. Yum is still working. Yum was on RHEL 8 and all the like, but on RHEL 9 and the like, RHEL 8, RHEL 9, going forward, it's DNF. So at some point, Yum will not more work again. So Yum is just an alias now for DNF. Okay. For the name, Name does not matter, even if you put uppercase, lowercase, downercase, everywhere, it doesn't matter. Okay. You do not have to put the same name as me. The name can be Cameroon. The name can be anything. The name can be Nigeria. The name can be the repo can be called Nigeria. We are just calling it upstream for our own understanding. Someone says 6 figures. All right. I'm calling it apps and base OS so that once I look at it, I'll know, right? Great. I clear my screen and I do a DNF. Clean all. What does DNF clean all do? DNF clean all. That is, I am clearing the cache, the memoire coute. I'm clearing the cache. I'm saying, okay, clear everything that you had in cache, right? So that you can see clear. You clear everything that you had in your mind. In Africa, someone, instead of clearing the mind, they'll wipe the face from up to down, right? That's what they do most of the time. Right, let me wipe my face and see well. Well, now let's clear DNF clean all. Now it has cleaned everything and says 0 files removed. Right, I do LL. Make sure I see my own file in the repo. Now I do a DNF repo list. Now I do a DNF repo list. Can you see? I can see 2 repo IDs. I can see the ID right here, apps1 and base OS1. Do you guys see this? Upstream repository. The name is right here, upstream repository and base OS repository. I have all of them here in alphabetical order, of course. Now, this would not show you a list. It shows you that, yes, your repo ID is there, but is it showing me that I actually have packages? No. It's showing me the places. Yes, I can see 2 repos, but what packages are inside? What's the total number of packages? Please give me more info. DNF repo list dash verbose. Verbose means show me more. Verbose, show me more output. It actually checks and say, oh, this is what you have. On upstream, I can see a repo starting with the repo ID app1. The repo name is upstream repository. This is the repo version. Repo was updated on this. Don't care about the date. Repo available packages, 5,657 packages are available. Repo packages, how many of them are available? 513, because some are actually used to create the repo. Now, repo size, 7.7 gigabyte. The repo base URL, where is this repository coming from? It's coming from file this slash var this. Now, instead of the system going outside, the system actually went to where we pointed it and said, I have found packages in here. And how much time did it take you and all the like? What is the file, the repo file that these repos are coming from? What file, what configuration file gave us this repo? /etc yum.repos.d 6figures.repo. Okay. The repo ID is base OS1. Base repository. We have all our packages now. Now, if I say yum install httpd, can you see? Now I can install packages. Before I was unable to. If I click yes, and httpd is installed. I say yum install nginx. Nginx is also like httpd. I say yes. They are all web servers. Very soon we will see what web servers are used for. I can call any package and install any one that I want. I can call it and install. Is the lesson understood? Python is already installed. Yum install, I think so. Python. Okay, let me see. What is this saying? No matching agreement. No match. Let me see. Error. find match install. Yum install. Okay, there was install. Yum install Python. It says it's already installed. If you try to install something that is installed, it will tell you this is already installed, nothing to do. Okay, I think the lesson was understood. Right? Okay, great. Thank you. Please mute. If the lesson was le type de photocopie là. All right. Someone says we need to clarify that the package that we would like to install should be included in the repository. Yes. So if I say yum install MySQL, yum install MySQL. Oh, there's MySQL. Okay, let me do a yum install. What package will I? Postgres. Let me use Postgres. Is Postgres here? Okay, good. Unable to find a match. So it ran through all this repository and could not find Postgres, a repo called Postgres, right? How do I see the install app? How do I see that this is installed? Good question. We installed HTTP and we installed, let me clear my screen. We installed HTTPD and we installed Nginx. If I do RPM, how do I see? I do RPM dash what? Cure A. I pipe it and I grep, because if I do only dash cure A, it will remove me all the packages that are installed in the system. Well, already you can even see it already with the ones that were installed last. But I can pipe it and I grep. I select only Nginx, anything that's called Nginx. It shows me the package and its dependencies. Anything that's called HTTPD. Well, it shows me HTTPD and what? Red Hat Package Manager. Because at some time they used to use RPM a lot. They usually like use RPM a lot to install and the like in older versions. I think so. So in older versions of Linux, they used to use Red Hat Package Manager, which is the RPM thing, and they still use it just to check. Okay, great. It's installed. I can now install anything. I can customize this system. Now this system is not more basic. Now this system is different from your own system because I have Nginx installed. You do not have Nginx installed. Am I right? Okay, this was for one system right here that we just did. So what we did is we made this system to now start seeing what the CD. We inserted a CD and we copied the packages. We mounted that CD. When I now say mount, nobody should ask me, sir, please, what is mount? What do you mean by mount? Reason why I teach you right down to the basic level. So whenever I am speaking or when you're speaking to someone in an interview, someone asks you something, you should be able to tell that person because you have like a chronological understanding of how it works. Not just running commands or cramming commands and running them. What is a local repository? If someone asks you now, what is a local repository? Can you guys give me answers? Let's go. We'll have to end in 15 minutes. What is a local repository? What is a local repository? I wish we had more time. A repository on the system that does not depend on internet. I like that explanation a lot. A local store for extra packages, packages location in our system. Great. Created in our system. I would like that, Komi. Great. Now, okay. This is good and nice. But who sees a problem? I see a problem. I don't know if you see this problem. If you see a problem, please tell me what you see. If you see any limitations with this, please tell me. Do you see any limitations in this? Now, it's not temporal. I created my directory under /var, which /var is permanent. Great. We cannot, who is that? Landry. We cannot, thank you, Landry. We cannot share this with another system. How long did it take us to create this repository? Almost 30 minutes. Now, ask yourself this question. Always have this critical mind of looking at things beyond the beyond just the simple implementation of it all. Now, ask yourself this very question. IBM, Microsoft, all these companies, they have, even you buy a phone from Samsung. If Samsung was to come and create a local repository on each phone that they have in the world, how many thousands of years will it take them to always complete it? And they will have to update that repository one after the other. How many thousands of years will it take them? This is practical for one server, but when there are hundreds, thousands of servers, like enterprise level, you have thousands of servers. Will you go into one and create a local repository? Go into one and create, that will be like 15,000 people's jobs just only to be updating repositories. Do you see that problem also? Time. Who sees that problem? If I was doing this for one, now if I want to do this for 10,000 servers, you'll be mad. So, yeah, that's true. You'll get mad before you can finish doing 1,000 per day. You start singing. But right now, I need you guys to sing though. Great, you start singing. This will help us. Now, in enterprise level, what do you do? Since all your servers, even if all your servers were going out to get updates, sorry, if all your servers were going out to get updates, what will happen to your servers? Easily, hackers will hack. It will be easy for your servers to be hacked. Easy. It will be good morning if all these servers are going out. Your database servers, everything is going out to the internet to go look for packages. You'll be in so much problem. There's something called a centralized management tool. You have to you have to create a central area. Now, this is where servers start becoming a lot in the environment. Why do we have 10,000 servers? Because one server is just serving as the repo server. Instead of sending it outside, your servers outside, configure all your servers to fetch what? A repository from this system. You see, you configure all your servers to fetch your repository from that server instead of going out. Repo server. This is why we will call this server a repo server. It will be a central location in your what? In your environment where you point all other 10,000 servers. The hey, please, this is within your environment, within your own environment, within your company. So all those servers should go here. For example, I have 2 servers right here on what? I have 2 servers right here. If I have to go and do the same procedure with MySQL, that will take me too much time. But since we were able to build a repository, now I can use additional packages that are inside here, the additional packages that we did install, I can use one of them to host my repository, which that one is what? HTTPD. Let me just use HTTPD, right? Let me use HTTPD to host my what? Repository. Let me use what? HTTPD. We use HTTPD to host our repository. This is a package. This gives a web server. If you can see any web server, if I can go on YouTube, it's because YouTube is using something like a web server. If I can come here, it's because this is using something like a web server. If I go to maybe anything, YouTube, anything that you can think of that is in the internet, it's because it's using what? A web server application to host what? That application. Now you and I will host our own packages in our local environment in such a way that if we go on our browser also, like this browser, we should be able to enter our IP address on this browser and we will see our packages hosted here. Then every other server that is on our environment, we will point that server in the base URL of that package, of the packages of the repo will be this server. Come here, you see packages. Come here, you see packages. So now how do we do that? Easy. It's very easy at this point. Now, let's create a repo server. Let me say I want to use this very server to create a repo server so that the MySQL server that I have here, I will not have to go through the step, or 10,000 servers that I have here. I will not have to go through the steps of adding stuffs there. It's easy. It's good morning. I clear my screen. Great. What do I do? Let me see. Well, remove yum, remove, or DNF, remove. Anyone use yum or DNF. Let me just use DNF. DNS remove HTTPD. Yes. Clear my screen. All right, I want to remove and start back. You see, there is this package called HTTPD that is included with Upstream. Now, you need to install that to be able to host your packages so that the directory /var www.html, which in a lesson when we'll be doing web servers, we will understand what it is. /var www.html. This directory here. Mark this directory very well. Whatever packages that you put in here will be hosted. Let me put /. Yes, so that you know that it's after this. HTML /. Whatever packages that you throw in here will be hosted on this server will start broadcasting. Or it's like TV broadcast. This server will start broadcasting those packages outside and anyone can grab them now. Any server that comes into this location can grab them. All right, so now let's install the package that will allow us to do what? To install our repo server, right? To host a repo server so that each place, this was a local repository. I installed this one as a local repository. Well, I can use this server also again. I can copy these packages to /var whtml. That's what I can do. I can copy these packages again to what? I can copy it, but well, why even copy it? I would have had it in the first location right there. But I don't want to have it twice. Well, let me just have it twice for demonstration. I can copy it to another location called what? /var www.html, and the HTTPD or Apache application will start hosting these packages and open a road. And of course, you open a road through AT. You open a port, right? You open a road. I deleted everything. You open a road here, and people that want those packages, they will come to your server and say, hey, I want packages, and you let them in to connect and carry those packages out and go. So let's just copy our packages back. Remember where our packages /var local repo. If I cd to slash mmt, we still have it here, right? We still have it here also. I can copy it. So let me copy -arv. Let me do a yum install first. The first thing is to install the HTTPD application. That's the application that's gonna create, that we will use to create our repo server. Guys, sorry, the class went a little bit more today. We must finish this, sorry, very soon. Well, I know some people are going, but that's fine. We must install the HTTPD application. So I do a yum install HTTPD. Right. The reason I'm able to install HTTPD is because I have a local repository. I say yes, install it. Great. It installs HTTPD. Now I have HTTPD in my system. How do I know? rpm-cure pipe and grep for HTTPD. I should see the package right here, HTTPD. Now, let me see, HTTPD dash version. Now it doesn't show. Now, if we do which HTTPD, let me see, HTTPD, it says /user sbin HTTPD. That's also another way of showing you the package that is installed, right? Actually, it's not always good to do a -y. Always do install without the -y. What if there are dependency issues? When there are dependency issues and you force install something, you can break a server easily, okay? All right, especially with updates. Great, so we've installed HTTPD. Now let's copy our packages to the directory that I was staying. Let's copy our packages to /var www.html, right? /what? /var /www/html. Right. Let me copy -ar, copy -ar /mmt/ asterisk. We're copying everything to /var /www/html. Right here. Remember, we said you can do AR or ARV. AR will go faster because I'm not doing verbose. Either I do V or not, it's my choice. All right, once it finish, it will be right here. So as it's copying, let me just boot this other server. Let me boot this other server so that it will get ready. I hope the server is okay though. I haven't worked with it for a while. Great. It says cannot copy what? Upstream, this is okay. The files are gone. No space left. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do three stops. Yeah. df-ht. Yep, it's because I copied 3 times. Well, I want to show you guys an easier way, but I don't want to confuse you also at the same time. Let me unmount this. You mount. Yes, we can move it. Yes, instead of copy, we can move it. Okay, but I can unmount it. I can unmount it and just copy from local repository cd. umount /mmt. Let me recover some space. Yeah. There's a process running. Let me see. Target is busy. Yeah. Let me see. Is this still copying? What do I do at this point? Let me not take too much of your time. And now I can check the processes. This is where processes and all the like will help you now. You can actually start checking processes and all the like, seeing what is using the process and all the like. You kill the process. Great. You see, every lesson is now working. Now, instead of doing this, well, you see, I had kept my packages here in /local repo, but I can also move these packages to here and just edit this one and say point it here for file. Then also this will be serving the same packages as HTTPD. You know, you can do that also, right? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Instead of keeping it here, I keep it in the same directory so that the application will be using it and I can also use it. Let me see. This thing is actually too big. Okay, there's no space. df-ht. There's no space. Well, I don't need the packages in. My space is 100% right here. cd2/var www.html. Let me remove everything. rm-rf asterisk. I've cleared my df-ht. Now I have 70% of space. Okay.
No, sugar.
U-mount. I don't need to U-mount. Okay, now U-mount. U-mount /mnt. Clear. Okay, now let me move the packages. The thing is, I want to do it without confusing you guys. An easier way will be just to move all the packages that are in move /var repo, local repo. Well, you can move it also when you reach move /var repo tool and move everything that is in here to /var www HTML. cd to /var www HTML. Move /var repo /everything. cd to local repo. Move asterisk. cd dot. Great. So I've moved all the packages back. Remember when we said cd, don't see this command and you think like, what's that? Remember when we said you do dot, it takes you behind. I was in local repo and everything was inside. When I did LL, everything was inside local repo, as you can see it here. I say move everything *, dot, /. That means move everything back by 1 inside here. When you go behind, then put everything inside. Then I just cd dot back to go behind and list all my packages are there. If I do present working directory, I can see /var www HTML right here. These are all the packages. Now the packages are in /var www HTML. If I do systemctl start.
Hey, Professor, one question.
Question.
Can you explain that part again? That CD, I mean that move *, dot. Can you explain that again?
Okay, you guys should concentrate on this kind of command. So you see, move * means move everything. I was in local repo, right? Like for example, now I am in PWD, right? Yeah, I am in /var www HTML. If I do LL, these are all the files. Now, if I cd dot,
you move up one.
Yeah. All right. So what I just did here with that cd dot is, you see, if I cd dot, I'll go back by 1 to be in what?
www.
www. Now, instead of CD, I say move. That means I am carrying everything that is in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Moving it behind and pasting it right where you CD dot dot and stand behind. If I CD dot dot, where will I stand? I'll stand
Okay.
in www.
So currently, this command will take all of this contents and move it to
Asterisk.
the
If you want to take
vault.
all, I'll
Oh,
do
take
this.
all, and it's
Take
going to move it
all.
to the www.
Yes, because
Okay,
I'm
got it.
moving instead of CD, I'm doing dot dot this dot. That means dot means CD dot dot wherever you stand. Dot means behind when you stand. Slash
Okay.
behind where you stand. Just put everything there.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So we have all our packages here. Now we're hosting our packages. That means even my laptop can see these packages now. My laptop can even see these packages now. Proof, if I do IPA, now what I did was I started systemctl start HTTPD. This is the application. This application must be started. Start HTTPD. Because the service did not take the steps required. Okay. Systemctl status HTTPD. At this step, I can just do all the screen. Okay. I see it in a failed state. That is great. Okay. Why is it failing? All right. Control C. Create. Clear my screen. And I do pwd and I do ls-lz. Don't be doing all this. Okay, no, it's doing this because I moved the packages. That's fine. Let me just do a small thing on it. Oh my God, I didn't want to complicate this. Now it's gonna be just too complicated for you guys. All right, don't ask me why I did this. Let me see, resource-con -rv. -rv. Okay. All right, the issue is gone now. In your own place, when you're doing it at home, do not put in, if you do local repository, then after just destroy before you do your online repository. This is already, oh my God, this is so. Okay, I'll just do it, but tomorrow I'll go through the class again. I did not want to. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll just go through this again. It's becoming a lot complex, but it's a simpler thing, please. It's a
All
simpler
right.
thing, okay? Let me just
All
show
right.
you guys that it's working. That's fine. Because this is already too much of your time gone. Let me see. Systemctl start HTTPD. Oh, still failing? Why? Let me see. Systemctl stop HTTPD. Failed to stop HTTPD is not loaded here. Start. Oh my God, there's so many stuffs inside here. Let me see. HTML ls-lzd. ls-lz. Everything. System_u_content. Okay, that's fine. You didn't clear it. Let me see.
Yeah,
Set in false. Set in
yeah.
false to 0.
Mm,
Systemctl start HTTPD. Oh, getting false. Get in false. Who's doing that? Can you guys please mute that person for us? Oh, do not strictly require. Systemctl start. HTTPD and to dash
System.ctl start HTTP.
system CTL. Yeah. Let me see. It's unit configuration. Let me see. Okay, so what's happening? The unit server has entered the failed state with result protocol to start a access rate or support this. Is that all you're giving me? Yeah, but I did send in first to 0. Let me see. Result protocol. What's wrong with the protocol? System CTL. Let me see. Disable. System CTL start. Nginx. Okay, this is weird. All right, I think this server, if I have to look at it, it might take me a little bit of time because something is happening with it that I need to really check with this server. Why will it not start the service? Let me see. Yum remove Nginx. Oh, yes. Systemctl reboot. All right, let me just reboot the server and see. When it did the mount thing, it might have created a problem when the space got filled up. So let me just reboot it and see. That might be the issue though. But it's an easier concept. Okay, the server is back. Okay, you see, I rebooted the server and that's it. That's the only thing I did because the system, when it got filled up, when space got filled up, when we're doing storage, we might see that when space got filled up, it might have caused some issues on it. So if I do systemctl status HTTPD, that's why you never allowed your space to be filled up. Now it started. Now let me see. Now it started. Let me just open firewall. That's fine. Firewall dash cmd dash add dash port. We'll take it tomorrow, okay? Port equals to 80 port 80 over TCP, and I do a dash permanent. Okay, and come here. Let me just come here. In your web browser, you can see the packages already. So it's 192. 192.168.0.115. Let me see, I can already see this. So this is what you see first. I mean, this is just for the Red Hat base. Now, if I do /base OS, I can see all my base OS repositories right here. So every server that connects to it will be able to see this repo data and use it also. I mean, we'll do it tomorrow. Trust me, it's simpler than this local repository. It's just that I was trying to use the same server and did it a little bit more complex, okay? You guys should not like think it's complex. It's not complex at all. At all. It's even easier than the local repository. It's just like 2 steps. I can allow it at this level, but at this level, the video is already too complex. All right, guys, let me not hold you guys again. Sorry, we've taken more time than we had to. So, I mean, any question?
Yeah, can we go over the rules? I didn't get the rules.
The rules?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do all the explanation of the rules tomorrow. But if you want to try it, you're welcome to try it and send the video out on the group chat today.
Okay, sound good.
Or tomorrow before class. The rules, let me just call it back. Oh, it's right here.
Okay.
No, Jocelyn, it wasn't a lot. Don't worry. Just go home and try your local repository. If it works, that's fine. Actually, on your own virtual box, you guys should build like 3 servers. You guys should have like 3 servers. Don't think it wasn't. It might look a little bit complex, but once you do it like 2-3 times, everything becomes easier. Any other thing?
So I have a question.
Question.
I would like to know, for instance, if there's a possibility to fetch another package or another apps apart from the Red Hat system.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay, sir.
Easy. Great. So someone is asking if is there a possibility to fetch another app apart from Red Hat systems and all the right?
Yeah.
For example, if I go right here, let me say, where's the one I was using? If I go right here and say install MySQL, right? Install MySQL, and I go to the MySQL website, and I choose what? Select operating system. Oh, let me see now. MySQL installer. Why is it only this? Let me see. Install MySQL. Install MySQL 8.5. Let me just say 8.0. 8.5 Linux. Install MySQL on Linux. Okay, great. So this is installing MySQL on Linux, right? Using the Yum repository. You see, it gives you a command right here. Oh no, this is actually adding the package. Grep install MySQL. It gives you this. Let me see. Community release. This. Download the repository from this, and do MySQL community call this. All right, let me see. Okay, these are the various repositories, but this is not even what I was looking for. Local MySQL. This is the installation already, but that's fine. Let me go to something like it's a little bit. This one is a little bit complex. I'm looking for something simpler. Let me go for Zabbix. Let's take Zabbix. And see installation 1, 2, 3, 4. Documentation. Zabbix 6.4. Okay. Installation. Getting Zabbix. Okay, let me see. Installation from packages. Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay. All right. Let me see. This is cat etc Postgres. This is Zabbix SE Linux configuration. Set SE bool. Oh, this DNF install. This. All right. These ones are a little bit more complex, where they actually give you a command that will install the repository, that will add the repository for you, right? That will add the repository for you. This one uses Apple. Oh, I wanted one where I can put. Let me just show you. It will be better that I show you if I have it. I have it already installed, but it's a little bit more complex. They use more complex ways to do it, which is a little bit. If I want to show it here, it will confuse a lot of people. Ansible v01. I use it on Ansible because I use other, on my Ansible server, I have other packages. So Ansible v01, it's right here. All right, let me see. Am I even connected to VPN? Yeah, I think I'm connected. What's the IP again? Let me just go through vCenter and show you. I don't know what the IP is. I thought I did bookmark it. Our vCenter is right here. Where's the Ansible server? What's the IP? Ansible main server. Ansible server is 220. Okay, it's 220. 220. All right. I hear this. Okay, let me enter in here. I hope I still know the password. Okay. For you ask a question, SU does. I have so many applications that use it. Let me just go here and show you. cd2/hcm.repos.d. I know this server will have it also. Hello. You see that I have more than one package file here, right?
Yeah.
You see MySQL community.repo. Do you see MySQL community.repo?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to install MySQL, it will actually go to the MySQL repository. If I want Zabbix, I'll add Zabbix. They have like single commands that help create some. You see Docker, this is docker ce.repo, right?
Yes, sir.
This is the repository also for Docker. If I cut docker ce.repo, you see this is like a repository that go fetches, that has like other packages. There are other packages in here, a lot of packages. There's not only Red Hat, there are Apple repositories. There are so many repositories outside. Some repositories have hundreds of thousands of packages, okay?
Okay, sir. But they are secure, right? Like if we go outside.
Some are secured, some are not. So some are secured, but they always have their GPG check. You see how the GPG check is 1 here, right?
Yeah.
And the GPG key is right here, which it takes that key to check if the packages have been tampered with or not. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, guys, take care.
Thanks, sir.
Any other question? I think no other question. So, we were talking about time. Those that are in the United States, your class time will change. I hope you know that tomorrow. I think time change is tomorrow, right? Daytime change is tomorrow. Daytime saving. Only for those in the United States. You might come back to 3 p.m. So tomorrow, only for those in the United States. Everywhere else, your class time remains the same. But for those in the United States, does it change or does it really change? Maybe I'm confused.
Yeah, it's gonna change tomorrow.
Yes, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, so we will not more come here at 4 p.m. All those in the United States will be 3 p.m. tomorrow, not 4, right?
Yes.
Because to meet with the GMT time, because tomorrow by this time, GMT by this time will be, what's the time now in France? For those in France.
It's 11 past.
11. So tomorrow at this time, it will be midnight, and midnight pass in France. So we in the United States, we will start classes at 3 p.m. instead. All right, guys, take care.